Hey Leos, welcome to your reading for Pisces season. If you're new, welcome. Please remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get all the messages I post each month. To my lovely loyal subscribers, welcome back. Let's see what the messages we are for you. The truth here, Leo. Okay, so finding out some truths at this time. I feel like this is something you already knew, but let's see where this is going. We're going to find out the truth in the past position, heartache in the current position, heartache and loss. So maybe going through having to get rid of some things here and shadow for your future position there. Okay. So going through this truth, this heartache, and working on your shadow side here, you could find that people are projecting onto you as you are searching for your truth. It's very difficult, right? So when people are working from their shadow side or have a big shadow here to work with, they very rarely want to accept blame here, okay? So everything you communicate with somebody, whether this be a romantic partner, sibling, friend, whoever it is in your life, boss, it can be that they try to blame you for everything here, and vice versa for cross watchers, of course. So let's see where we're going with this. You may have to cut these people off until they learn how to look at their own shadow and accept, that maybe this was your mistake, or maybe you caused this heartache or pain for somebody else here. It will help them to grow. Of course, the Three of Swords is the growing pains. I feel like you may understand the truth of their shadow side at this point, or, that they don't mean harm, but they've got to be accountable for their actions, right? We all do. And of course, this could be even you working through this yourself, finding the truth and searching for the truth of the matter is going in and looking at those things that are hurting us. That's our heartache and our loss and, our trigger, that heartache and loss that lives deep within us, that we may project onto other people. So, of course, this is what we all need to be doing, looking within at our shadow, working on it, working through the dark night of the soul here. So I feel like if you've done that and then you're with a person who refuses to look at their shadow, it can cause you a lot of pain here. The Three of Swords. So this is your ships coming in, waiting for that good news. So I feel like somebody is waiting to hear from you in this instant. Seven of Wands. Where you once would have reached out to them, you are no longer going to do that. You're standing your ground on this point because you understand that it's very important for us all to learn here. We can't just keep taking and letting people get away with it. It's very important that we look at our own shadows here. And of course, this can be somebody doing this to you. You may have found out some truth and they refuse to speak to you now. They're putting their foot down here. This is what we can see, somebody putting their foot down, being adamant that until this shadow is worked through, to this problem is looked at, I'm not going to communicate with you. I have nothing bad to say to you or about you, but I'm just not going to go there anymore until this is sorted out. Ace of Wands, yeah. Until this is sorted, it is all about communication here. We can see this with the Wands. The 7 Wands, till we've got over this challenge, we won't have 8 Wands. You won't have the opportunity until you look within at this shadow, at this hurt. Because every time I let you get away with, accepting that you are not looking at that this could be your fault, it causes me pain. So this is why this person is no longer, you or them, no longer accepting this communication until this is looked at. There's no more easy route. There's no more opportunity. Yet they have closed down communication. Of course, it could be you. So it's like, look, I'm over that. I'm over this accepting people's problems, fighting people's battle for them when they're not willing to look at their own problems here. Because it makes it difficult looking at your own problems. Because you can say, okay, yeah, I see where I'm wrong there. And that person says, haha, yes, you are wrong. And then it starts up arguments in this communication rather than them understanding, you know, everybody plays a part in everything. Every action has a reaction, you know. So you're seeing that now. You're seeing that, look, if I'm working on myself and this person refuses to work on themselves, I'm seeing that it's dragging me down here. So you're putting an end to, you know, putting yourself out there for people who aren't willing to look at themselves. And I feel like it's loss here more than the heartache. So this Three of Swords or the heartache could have been before this, and you're having like an epiphany why you're going through the loss of these people. Judgment here, yeah, this is your wake-up call. Don't keep letting people drain you like this. You know, it's okay letting people come into your life, but if you don't stand up for yourself, who's going to? Right? So I feel like that's what you're doing. You're standing up for yourself. You're putting your foot down here. It's no longer acceptable. You're no longer going to be the one who is the bigger person, because there's no point being a bigger person. You're stopping somebody from learning their lessons and looking at their shadow. You know, sometimes they have to be the bigger person, or you're teaching this person how to treat you here. Right? You're teaching that, okay, it's okay, I'll be here waiting for you to talk when you're ready, but they can do all this rubbish here. So you're putting an end to that there with the World card. Three of Swords again here. Yeah, it does hurt. And I do believe that they are the ones now going through the heartache because they're feeling the loss, right? It's like a child, so it's almost childish behaviour, stamping their feet here. I can't get my own way, so which way shall I go? Why are you not acting how you used to act? I used to do this to you before and you used to take me back. And you're saying there's no more taking back. And this person, they've got nowhere to go but towards their shadow, but towards this heartache, because they're going to learn now through this loss. And it is hard and it is difficult because we did want the best for them here at some point, but the best is letting people be accountable for their own actions and not cleaning up after them all the time. The Emperor, yeah, because it's kind of made this stubborn child that refuses to pick up their own mess here. Then they become a moody teenager and they don't want to talk to you. They don't care how it hurts you and things like that. So I feel like you're just not willing to have even this conversation with them anymore. Well, this is good because what will happen is their heart will now be broken. It's like they haven't learned to communicate properly for whatever reason. Obviously it's there, the reason is there within their shadow. It's time to look at their shadow. The divine is saying here, look, it's time to look at these things that are challenging you, that are hurting you. You can't just keep hurting other people and projecting your shadow here onto everybody else. You've got to look at this now. Four of Cups. So I feel like for them, it probably they've been rejected as a child, maybe even told that, hey, you're not man enough or you're not woman enough and things like that. So they've always put on this facade for the world that, you know, I'm a man, I'm this and that. Men shouldn't cry and things, you know, all sorts of rubbish like that. But this is what's affecting them. This is within their shadow. So they don't show you when they're hurting about you, but it makes you feel rejected. And it doesn't help that you can't communicate your feelings to somebody, right? But it's because they've come from, you know, it's like they're a grown-ass baby here. But yeah, it's like they can't communicate their feelings. And this is what they're going to have to learn to do. So it's their turn to sort of feel rejected now, because you're no longer going to accept what you would accept before, because you found your truth by looking at your shadow and your hurt. So they have to do the same. That's what soulmates do, mirror each other. Well, they don't intend on letting go of you here with the Four of Pentacles. They might have their little paddy and things like that, but they're not going anywhere here, this Four of Pentacles. They're still holding on to you. They need to do their work, right? They need to build their foundation. Look at what's making their foundation crumble here. Queen of Wands now. So this is them eventually getting to a point where they can take action and work on themselves and build their foundation, because I'm telling you now, if we don't love ourselves, we can't love anybody else. So understand that somebody else needs to love themselves as well before they can offer this love to you. This is like two hearts here that have been broken. You know, and you don't want to keep repeating this cycle. And this is why you're putting your foot down and taking action to move away. You're literally like, I'm either moving house or something here. It's time for me to go, travel, get away from this person, because I can't just keep reliving this situation with somebody who's acting like a child. You know, so stubborn that they think that this is making them a grown-up. But it's not. It's childish, not being able to communicate your problems and have a conversation with each other. The best relationships in the world have been lost because people can't communicate with each other. Right? As an adult, whether it hurts us or not, hurts our feelings, we have to stand, communicate, and sort these things out. Yeah, the death card. So if they can't talk here, you're ending it. Like, it's enough for me. I'm walking away. I'm detaching. I'm letting you go here. This is what we're seeing from the heartache for you. You're letting go. You're like, nope, I'm getting away from this. You're not going to keep hurting me because you refuse to look back at the hurt you're leaving behind you. This person might go from person to person, leaving destruction because they're hurting. But it's not okay to hurt other people because you're hurting, right? You know that. We learned that growing up. And this is what this person needs to learn. Maybe their father, they have problems here with their father, that might have been quite a manly man, you know, that I go out and I do the work and things like that, and you need to do that, or you're a sissy or something like that. So this is what we need to see here, this maturing in this situation, to outgrow their own father and understand that their father's words, or whoever it was, an uncle, that's an opinion. Opinions ain't facts. We take them in, we let them go, and we live our own truth. And that's by looking at those things that people said that hurt us, and understanding that men do cry, and it doesn't make you weak or a sissy. You know, this person really has to let go of all those sorts of things. And of course, you can be a girl and trying to live up to dad, and, you know, how dad was and what dad wanted and things like that. I'm not saying, you know, it's either way. I'm saying this is how it's coming across. This is somebody, even if this person is your boss, they could be damaged from childhood, but they taking it out on you, and it's not right, right? We've got to grow up and understand we can't hurt other people. So you've took action to look at your shadow side. Now you're going to take action to let go during this time. If this person cannot communicate with you, you're absolutely done with the World card. They're done with them, you know, acting like a spoiled little brat and not communicating. You're walking away here. 6 of Wands. And this will overcome this spiritual lesson for you guys. You know, this could really be the end here. Because it's like you finally overcome this spiritual lesson. I mean, obviously, we'd have to look onwards to see if, you know, this person and you could work this out or heal it. But it definitely seems like, Leo, that you're moving on here. You've had enough. It could have been an Aries you was dealing with, Scorpio, earth signs here, a lot of air. But it's individual to each, right? This is you saying enough is enough and putting your foot down, taking action with that Queen of Wands energy. Like, I'm not going to hold on to something that's hurting me anymore. I'm outgrowing, you know, the 3 of Swords. I want to move forward. It's time for your rebirth. That's what's happening here with that Death card. It's time for the rebirth. It's time to let go. It's time for success and victory and all these beautiful things coming your way. If this person's not going to give you it, you're not going to wait around any much longer, because you're seeing this person may not change for the whole of their life. When somebody's in that Emperor energy and it's a negative, surrounded by the 4 of Swords, the 3 of Swords, the 4 of Cups, the Death card here, it's saying they won't change their opinion until they're a very old woman or a very old man. They're going to be quite stubborn and leave this destruction on the way there. So just being aware of these things. Obviously, everybody is different. Everybody's situation is different. Yeah, I do personal readings. You'll find my link in the description box, so go ahead and check that out there, guys. So let's see. Got my deck reversed there. I'll turn it round. Okay, soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. You went through this for a reason. It is growing pains. But like I said, you and your soulmate are mirroring each other. So, you know, where you are experiencing heartache. They are experiencing heartache, but they won't admit it here because they won't look that anything is their fault. Flirt, extend your light-hearted energy to others. You know, every time they get faced with this problem, they might start flirting with other people as well here, just to sort of boost their ego. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your type and expectations. That's what I'm feeling for you guys. You may feel like, look, I'm closing this down once and for all. I'm not going to keep feeding somebody's ego. I know you're my soulmate, but if you're not willing to do the work, and every time we have an argument, you go and flirt with other people, it's not okay. So if you're not understanding that, trust is a very big factor in this thing. If they can't trust that they're safe with you to, you know, allow themselves to be vulnerable, what can you do about it, you know? Very soon, reversed. Finances and career, reversed. So I believe this has had a toll on a lot of your life, like your finances, your career, your friendships, and even trusting people individually. This person could have been flirting with family and friends and like siblings, somebody close to you, you know, really embarrassing you here. And I feel like they do it just to feed their ego. So I would be very careful with this person, Leo. It doesn't look like they will change, because it looks like you letting them go will kickstart their healing and their broken heart, because they're always showing off here anyway, right? So this will kickstart their broken heart to help them to start healing, but this is also freeing you and you completing this cycle so that you don't have to be hurt over and over by this person. Holding on doesn't help you. Trust the process here, right? Trust the process. They won't let go of you, so it'll kickstart them into their healing. It'll bring more balance into the situation at the very minimum. For you, I think you knew you wanted them, but at this point, if this resonates, nope, I don't think you want them anymore. You're ready to move on and be reborn here. Good luck, guys.